Sairam, Sairam, check audio video. Sairam, audio clear? Okay. Sairam. So we will hear the song now and then contemplate on the song in depth in the next 45 minutes or so. Sound. Volume, volume. For them to hear. When the video gets uploaded, you will get a clear version of the song. Samarpan Volume 4, maybe perhaps around June, July 2007, maybe. तुमहो अनाथ नाथ भगवान, ओ साई मेरे प्राण सखा भगवान। माता पिता गुरु बंधु तुमहो, भक्त सखा भगवान, दीन सखा भगवान। भगवान प्राण सखा Bhagawan. We wrote in simpler terms in 2008 in the Samarpan book. O Swami, You are my mother. You are my father. You are my guru. And above all, you are my divine companion. You are the only friend, only Sakha for all your bhaktas, all those who are deenas or destitutes without you. There it was mentioned, Deena here means those who are unaware of their goal in spiritual life and unaware of Lord's true love. Now time from 2008 to 2023 ending to go much, much more deeper into the purpose of this bhajan, whomsoever had composed at that point of time. Anatha Natha Bhagawan. Anatha, as we mentioned in 2008 itself, destitute as far as bhakti is concerned, as far as wisdom is concerned, as far as God realization is concerned. God here is the Nath, the Atman within us, and the personal God who manifests, who incarnates from time to time. Anatha here means anatman, non-self, that we have continued to exist as for how many births we don't know. As long as one does not approach God, as long as one's time has not come when the God's designated guru walks in their life, and as long as they do not take the spiritual path seriously, we are all anath, no matter whatever our attainment may be in the material world. While this is at the highest level, even for a normal jiva, a normal bhakta, anatha, natha means when he suffers, when he goes through various troubles and sufferings in the process of clearing his prarabdha, only Nath is the Bhagawan, his or her chosen Lord, in our case, Sai, who may not reduce our trouble, may not reduce our suffering. But what here it means in the case, in the uh, with reference to our normal life of trials and tribulations and sufferings, our Nath, our Sai, when we surrender to him, he holds our hand and makes the process of suffering as easy, as casual as drinking a glass of water. In the normal life, our Nath, our Sai, we must suffer for our own past actions. But what is God's role? When we go back to the session on bhava, go back to all the sessions related to merger with God, go back to the second session, 2011, surrender. When we have surrendered, he makes our process of clearing prarabdha as if it is a game. Life is a game. Play it, set aside. Provided, Narada Bhakti Sutra, Guru Nanak Ji's line, provided we stay intoxicated in our love for God, not otherwise. If we are not intoxicated in our love for God, when our eyes are closed and we are involved in bhakti, kirtana, bhajana, chanting or meditating, we will not be aware of our problems. But if we have not surrendered to Him, as soon as we get out of our prayers and meditation, all our problems, they just envelop us, they just cover us. Like coming out of the Ganesha gate and immediately remembering all the problems, all the issues of the office, all the issues at the domestic front, etc. नहीं चलेगा. Bhagawan. In simpler terms, if we have to understand Bhagawan, when the unmanifest God manifests in a yuga, we treat and we pray to that personal God. He becomes our Bhagavan. Brahmanda Nayaka to Partipurishwara. Right? In Vishnu Purana, Bhagavan has further been explained thus. Aishwaryasya Samagrasya Viryasya Yashasa Shriya Jnana Vairagyoshchaiva Shannam Bhaga Itirana. 6 qualities have been given for Bhagavan. All those 6 qualities, who has the 6 qualities, Bhaga Itirana. Total and absolute lordship, power, wealth, dispassion, fame, and knowledge are known as Bhaga. And one who possesses these 6 attributes is Bhagavan. Prana Sakha. Prana Sakha and Sai Pita, Sai Mata, we are going to contemplate today like we have never done before. Let us first look briefly on what Mother Shruti in couple of Upanishads says about prana. When we have understood the relevance of prana as per our Shruti, then we are much better placed to understand in depth as to what it means to pray to Bhagawan as Prana Sakha. Prana in couple of Upanishads, which perhaps we might not have sadhakas, might not have gone in depth here and there while explaining Taittiriya Upanishad, and in some of the Brihadaranyaka Upanishads he might have touched, but not to this extent. The Upanishads extol prana as the essence of the body, as the very self, and as the supreme self. It is the life supporting a nourisher of the mind and the body. Beings are alive as long as they breathe. The deities who reside in the organs of the body stay in their respective spheres as long as breath is circulating in the body and bringing them food. When prana departs, they depart too. Hence, prana is considered superior to all. The Chandogya Upanishad compares the pranic energy in the body with the energy of the sun. It declares that what is in the sun is the same as what is in prana. How the sun is the sustainer of all. The energy in the body is actually like the energy present in the sun. Hence, if you note minutely and subtle way, hence in the austerities tapas, since prana is compared to the sun, in the austerities tapas, the body is able to generate heat. So here the comparison between prana and the sun comes true. According to Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Prajapati has 16 parts. His 15 parts decline and dissipate during the 15 days when the moon wanes. However, on the 16th day, which is the full moon day, he recovers fully only because the 16th part of him is made up of prana. 16 days we can sustain our body without having any food, not beyond. As long as the prana is there, we are there. And only when with this body, only with this existence, we can be aware what realization is, and we can experience the realized state. And what helps us in that? Prana. In Prashnopanishad, this Upanishad starts like this. Kaushalya, son of Ashvala, questions, O Bhagawan, whence is the prana born? How does it come to the body? How does he stay dividing himself? By what does he ascend from the body? How does he support all external and how all within the body? Ashwala appreciates his inquiry and says, you are the knower of Brahman, so I shall answer this question, very subtle question, today. The question in the verse answering the question in the Prashnopanishad starts with this expression, Atmana Esha Prano Jayate. The prana is born of the Atman. We are building up all this, understanding the significance of prana to arrive, not for without a purpose, to really understand how personal God, how Sai is our prana sakha, and this should remain in our intents, not in the somewhere in the corner of our heart. It should, after this understanding of prana sakha, it should remain intensely within us, the relevance of prana sakha throughout our life. That is the purpose why we are getting so deeper into prana. Shankara's commentary on the answer given by the Rishi Ashwala in the Prashnopanishad, the prana, this prana spoken of is born of the Atman, of the highest Purusha, undecaying and true. As regards the how of it, the question put up, the following illustration is offered. As in this world, when the figure of the man consisting of the head, hands, etc. is the cause, imagine, if we are the cause, what is the effect? His shadow produces the effect, right? Similarly, Brahman, the true Purusha, is the principle, and prana is analogous to the shadow and falls in its nature, recognized as the shadow in the body. Prana Sakha Bhagawan. Chandogya Upanishad said what? Pranic energy, energy of the sun. And who gives the energy as sun and sustains the energy? The sun itself. Prana Sakha. In this way, he becomes Prana Sakha. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, as long as prana is there, we are able to survive. And who helps us in surviving? Prana Sakha Bhagawan. Prashnopanishad, this prana spoken of is born of the Atman, says the verse. Prana is thus born out of and is sustained by Atman. We are born as shadow of the object. We are born out of Sai, Brahman, Brahmandanayaka, and we are sustained verily. Remove the object, where will be the shadow? What is the relevance of the shadow? Shadow will not be spoken about at all without the object. We are born out of Sai, we are sustained by Sai, and we exist as long as Sai exists, with reference to the object and the shadow reference in the Prashnopanishad. Prana Sakha. Can we say now with the understanding that prana and sakha, prana and self exist together? Perhaps shadow is the one that can be nearest and an indispensable projection of the main image. Prana, like the shadow, exists inseparable from the image self. He is with us till our. Now he is not elaborating, because some of you listening today might not have gone into that analogy. For others, he just leaves you with the clue. Vessel with water, reflected consciousness, sun's image. When the water comes down, depletes, the water is gone, it is not able to reflect. So what he explained, when our energy comes down, comes down. That is the last part, subtlest part of the energy, prana. When the prana leaves, when our body is no more able to sustain and reflect the consciousness. Till that time, prana is there. But how about the prana sakha? He is there till the time prana is there, and he, like the anxious mother, waits for our same prana, the same soul to come back in the next birth. He is waiting, like Pandarinivasa, he Panduranga. Immediately he says, "Welcome to my world, my child, Pranasaka." I don't know. Something is happening to him within when he explains. If you have got this lesson today, something very, very serious, something intense should happen within. When for him it happens. We just taught Pranasaka. So simple. The prana leaves. Pranasaka does not leave. Answer to John is by Swami. When the body is dead, does consciousness leave? No, consciousness is there, all pervading. Ishavasyavidam sarvam. But it is just that your energy has depleted, the water has gone from the vessel, the medium has gone, so reflection is not possible. It is just that your body has lost the capacity to reflect the consciousness. The prana leaves your body, last to leave. And Pranasakha is what? First to catch when you are reborn. Pranasakha. Pranasakha. When we look up to Swami and sing Pranasakha from the bottom of the heart, how should that feeling be from today onwards? Let the voice go. Let the singing go. Let be the last expression ever. Pranasakha, sufficient. Singing is to merge with him. Afterwards, whether we sing or we do not sing is immaterial. Immaterial means immaterial. The purpose is served. The movie has ended with a nice climax, happy ending. If that was Pranasakha, how Mata and Pita is going to be, it is going to be a never before learning for us, which he had indicated in the group message yesterday. When we say fatherhood of God, what comes to us immediately at the surface level is the Christianity, because it was practiced and it was spelt out loud in Christianity. Fatherhood of God. Jesus said, "He is my father." And then ultimately he said, "He and me are one." The fatherhood of God means that we think in the literary field, it is, or in the intellectual field, those who have not gone to our Shrutis, they think that it started from Christianity, as though our Vedas never ever spoke about it. Yes, they did not tell the word of Pita and Mata, but how this has been started, initiated in our, the entire world of, entire teachings of the entire world is a tiny, tiny droplet of our Eastern philosophy, our Mother Shruti. And with taking the tiny droplets, they are able to elaborate and exist. Thus, And we in Bharat, most of us, we have lost, we have failed to recognize the relevance of Mother Shruti. Shruti did not tell Pita and Mata, but let us see how. Again, this is required to go on to see how Sai is our Mata and Pita. Our means the universal, for the creation, in which we are also a part. So he is our Mata Pita too, not only our Mata, our Pita in physical form, which we normally think. Not bad to think. Swami can be taken like that, no problem. But with this understanding today, the taking of Swami as Mata Pita assumes enormous, enormous depth. Now we are referring to Shrutis. The one supreme personal God was called in the Vedas as Prajapati, the Lord of all creatures. As the Lord of all creatures, he becomes the Father. Is most beautifully described in the 121st hymn of the 10th book of the Rig Veda. When an ancient Vedic seer was asked, to whom shall we offer our prayers and sacrifices? Here comes the relevance of Father, Sai Pita. The sage replies, in the beginning there arose the Prajapati, the firstborn Lord of all that exists. He holds by his power the heavens and the earth. To him we should offer our prayers and sacrifices. Prajapati, the Lord of all creatures, who gives life and strength to all that exists, from whose body emanate the individual souls like sparks from the fire, who is the purifier of all souls, whose commands all creatures revere and obey, whose shadow is immortality and mortality, to him we should offer our prayers and sacrifices. We are building up of how Vedas extol Brahman, Prajapati, the firstborn, as the universal Father. Thousands and thousands of years before Christianity came, not to undermine Christianity. Everything, everything speaks the same. Ekam satvipra bahuda vadanti. Whose greatness is manifested in the snow-capped ranges of mountains and in the waters of the rivers and the oceans, whose arms are spread on all sides, to him should we offer our prayers and sacrifices. Who made the sky strong and the earth firm, who established heavens in the places, nay, the highest heaven, who measured the light in the air, to him we should offer our prayers and sacrifices. To whom heaven and earth, standing firm by his help, look up, trembling in their minds, and by whose support the rising sun shines forth, to him we should offer our prayers and sacrifices. When the great waters went everywhere, holding the germ and generating fire, thence he rose, who is the sole life of the bright spirits Devas. To him we should offer our prayers and sacrifices. Who is the one Lord of all beings and God above all gods, Sai Pita, who by his might looked over the causal waters at the time of dissolution. To him we should offer our prayers and sacrifices. Now think, with this background, what God as Pita means to us. In this, there is no expression for in this enormous, in this unimaginable depth and the magnitude of the understanding of Brahman Prajapati as the Pita, our identity, limited identity as the child goes. His limited identity with form as Pita goes. What remains is the reverence. What remains is the awestruck, jaws opened reverence to that Creator who creates, sustains, and dissolves. Sai Pita. And would mother be left out? It continues. The same rig continues. He is described in the other hymn of the Rig Veda as Aditi, the unflinching and the immutable support of the phenomenal verse. The word Aditi signified the motherly aspect of the divine being. Aditi is in the heavens and in the illumined space that pervades between the heaven and earth. The mother of all devas are gods, as well as the creator of all animate and inanimate objects. She is the protector of all. By her grace, she saves from sin the souls of those who worship her. She gives unto her children everything that is worth giving. She dwells in the forms of all devas or bright spirits. She is all that is born and all that will be born. She is all in all. Rig Veda, Book 2, Chapter 6, verse 17. Now the beauty, let us synchronize the fatherhood and motherhood. As per the Shrutis, let us sync them into one. Our creation session, Kapila's philosophy of Sankhya Yoga comes handy here. How? Go back. Those who have to remember that creation session. It was given again in 1670. Purusha and Prakriti. Efficient cause, material cause. Shiva, Shakti. As efficient cause, he is the father. By what all we went through in Rig Veda about the fatherhood, to whom we should offer our prayers and rituals. And Ma Shakti as the Prakriti, as the Shakti, she is the mother. And is the Prakriti different from Purusha? Is the material cause something standalone from the efficient cause? Prakriti has taken up this task of creating the universe. Hiranyagarbha and the chain goes like this. But essentially, Prakriti and Purusha are the same. Mata and Pita are the same. So, Sai, the God, universal God, is not only the mother, not only the father, he is the Sai, Pita, and Mata together come. Indispensable role. It is a perfect coming together of the role of the father and the mother. Sai, Pita, Mata, Pita. As he has shared with few of you, there is not a thing in our life as jivas, as human beings, there is not a single thing which our Shrutis have not taught us. It teaches how to be an ideal husband. It teaches how to be an ideal wife. It teaches how to be an ideal child. It teaches how to be ideal parent. And now, above all, it gives you the synchronization of the fatherhood and motherhood of God, Supreme God, Prajapati Brahma. Now rever, now sing Mata Pita. Sai Pita और Mata Sai. Sai Mata Pita Deena Bandhu Sakha. Tere charanon mein mera. How how the dimension changes when you revere the God as mother and father with this depth understanding. You have to swim, 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 drink this nectarine teachings of Mother Shruti to, to go and sing the glory of Sai as Mata and Pita next time when you walk into Southern. And that singing will be what? Man ek bar hari bol. Once sufficient. Next, if he still continues to give the voice, okay, fine. His grace. Ek bar. Once you revere to him as Mata and Pita in this depth. Let us come down. Which normally, even if this understanding would be a great understanding, let's, from the 250th floors, second, third floor, at the worldly level, what a father is supposed to give to the child, the father is supposed to provide confidence. Efficient cause, the father is supposed to give the intellect, provides security. In all ways, all the ways, father's duty is to provide security to the child. Mother, emotional, to give love. She sacrifices her life for her child. Mother is love personified. Father is intellect. Father is self-confidence personified for children. If we have not given these things to our children, we have lacked in our responsibility. To that extent, the children who take up these lessons, when they become parents, they should not fail even in a single moment to be a perfect father and a perfect mother. But the poor father, maybe he loves the child more than the mother, but he is at a loss. How? 90% of the cases at home, this is the situation where, because in the process of giving security, in the process of giving the reasoning power to the child, in the process of teaching what is right, what is wrong to the child, in the process of acting as a disciplinarian for the child, the father's love is somewhere hidden, subdued. The mother forgives the child for all impossible sins. Father, a strict disciplinarian. The child thinks, oh, the father doesn't love me like my mother. Father is always pathetic role. Okay, it applies to all. Now come to Swami as father and mother at this worldly level also. So the understanding is that Swami speaks of four levels in realization. He talks about self-confidence, self-sacrifice, self-satisfaction, self-realization. Okay. The self-confidence part is taken by the father. The self-sacrifice part is taken by the mother. And both give self-satisfaction to their children who can go on to take the self-realization path. Now, Swami, when it comes to loving his children, 1,000 mothers love, 10,000 mothers love, 1 million mothers love, all these are all very, very weak, subtle, very weak expression when it comes to Swami's love for his devotees. As mother, even at worldly level, supreme. As father, when the students commit the mistakes, how he acts as the disciplinarian, as the administrator of the university, as the chancellor, and as a disciplinarian, how perfect as a father. Can there be any comparison, even at the worldly level of understanding of Swami with any other mother, father? He has not dealt with any. It is very easy to make tears fall from your eyes by taking numerous recounts of students and devotees extolling Swami as mother and father. That is not the purpose of after 13 years of being in this fold. We have to approach this fatherhood and motherhood from the highest pedestal possible. So the reference of Mother Shruti has been taken, and then with that we can, from formless to form, is easy and natural, sahaja. From that highest pedestal, we came down to the form aspect of Sai as father and mother. Very easy, because very easily, in immediately within fraction of second, we are able to travel to the highest level as well. He wrote in the book Journey Deep Within, worship worship of form after realization. So he just has picked up one part from that. His shame is some Sham something. Now he is teacher in the university in one of the faculties. He writes from his child, from first standard. He recounts all that has not been taken. The purpose is not to get emotional. The purpose is to, for lifetime, to reach to the highest level of Sai as Mata and Pita. And first we started as Prana Sakha. That is even more than Mata and Pita. But this he was going through yesterday evening. He thought this can also go along in your intense thought memory, along with the teaching at the highest level. He elaborates on MOTHER, and all the elaborations, incidentally, it aligns with the Prana Sakha, with the Mata Pita, what we have learned today. M monitors the child. O observes the child. T teaches the child. Other aspect, self-confidence aspect. H helps the child. E encourages the child. R rewards the child. Encouraging is love, the mother aspect. And he writes the last line of that student: I am sure that if I were to go around the whole world and search for a mother who befitted this definition, I would finally land up here at Puttaparthi and find only Swami. Only this small emotional part has been dealt in the today's understanding about Sai as our mother and father. Prana, the significance, the subtlest significance and the relevance of prana at microcosm as well as macrocosm level, and prana sakha through the Upanishads, through the eyes of the Upanishads, through the lens of the Upanishad, Mother Shruti. Pita and Mata, again through the Rigveda hymns, and then coming down, understanding Sai as father and mother at practical terms. And Sai, we will leave the Sai, Pita and Mata with this note. Sai, in his simple yet profound teachings, calls upon us to revere our parents exactly as that Supreme God, the Universal Father and Mother. Children are not meant to scrutinize and to screen the qualities and nature of their mother and father with their radical logical reasoning and to judge. For that matter, no human being should judge any other human being at all. But with this understanding of what father and what mother is, and when some of you, if at all, sadly, he could not teach that to many other children in this fold. When some of you remember this word and go down and note in your diary and come back to him, Guru, I am getting married. Teach me how I have to be a perfect husband. Teach me how I have to be a perfect wife. Teach me how I have to go on to become a perfect parent. Then he will teach you how you have to be. And with that understanding, when you look at your parents beyond their limitations, nobody is perfect in the world. How they have brought you into this world and how they have nurtured you, that is enough. That is enough. No, don't judge. You will continuously keep on judging, later on to be judged by your children. Stop that cycle today. Break that chain today, children. Guru. When Swami has to be taken as Guru, except for speaking couple of lines about his own life, where Swami has been his Sadguru, he has, beyond that, he doubts even there is more significant hymns in the Mother Shruti or anywhere, any treatise, any experiences, anywhere where the relevance of God as Guru can be given in a more deeper, understood, experienced in a more deeper manner. As Guru and Sakha, both these roles are inseparable. As Guru and Sakha, from 1975 till 2010 and till the Prana leaves, he continuously has been his Guru and Sakha. The Sakha remained, the Guru remained, like the Prana leaves, in between, few times he left Swami and was lost into this material glittering world. But Prana Sakha never left the Prana. The Sai, Pita, Mata, and Guru, the Guru, was waiting for the child to get to a ripe stage where actually, in the most grand way, he can take up the role of Sadguru and teach his child Satya. Throughout his life, he was preparing him. He put him into the karma path, made him zonal Sevadal coordinator, made him serve, and the extent to which the service has been taken up by this body through the grace of Swami is unimaginable. Unimaginable. Through the grace of Swami. And then from karma to upasana, he took him to the path of bhakti, devotional singing. There also he took him to a loftier level. And when the ripe stage came in the 2010, after the Parti Yatra, the Sadguru assumed the role of God. Sai assumed the role of Sadguru wholly and teaches and makes him experience what is being taught through Shivananda Maharaj's books, through Yoga Vashishta, through Upanishads, the Shavanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam, and the post Nididhyasanam experience. Everything is happening at the Shavanam stage, at the reading stage, because the Sadguru is illumining. 10 years of living in the Guru Shishya Parampara and practicing what has been learnt in the 10 years in the remaining life was, he said, cancer, cancel. He made it to 6 months. Who else but God as Sadguru can make it happen? Impossible otherwise. And there he took the Pita, Mata, Sakha, all roles, because his taking the role of Sadguru is his job. That is what he has, why he has come, descended, for that only. But at the same time, as mother showering love on the child, as Pita acting strict with the child, and as Sakha patting the child, encouraging the child, he made the child also capable of taking up the teachings. So all these roles, we extol Swami as Mata, Pita, Guru, Sakha. All roles are together like Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam. Each is juxtaposed with the other. All these four roles are juxtaposed with each other. You only have to realize this. So he has always been Guru. How? As Mata, he has been Guru. As Pita, he has been Guru. And what to talk about his role as Sadguru. And then unassumingly, as though he has not done anything. Here comes the friend. The friend, a true friend will never impose on you. A true friend will never exhibit before you that he has done something great for you. Okay? Free from desires, free from expectations, the 5 qualities of a true friend given by Swami. After acting as Guru, Mata, Pita, and being our Prana Sakha throughout in all our births till our realization dawns and we die in that world, our body leaves never to be born again as Prana Sakha overall, and then act as Mother, Sai Pita, Sai Mata, Sai Guru. Here comes the Sai Sakha, free from desires, free from expectations, having done all these roles, not only in this birth, but for several births. As a Sakha, he walks into you in the Sai Kulvant Hall and Prana Sakha, Guru, Mata, Pita, he asks you, what is your name? Where have you come from? As if he doesn't know you. This is the Sakha aspect. No desire, no expectations, just pure love. Not exhibiting, not demanding gratitude from you for what he has done to you, Sakha. This subtlest aspect of Sakha has to be experienced. Then only you will understand what he is explaining. This is what he wrote in the Jagata Udharana. When you, having done everything, Jagata Udharana, okay, for everything, Papa Vimochana, Bhava Bhaya Banjana, with all that, when you come to us and ask from where are you coming from, what is your name, we can only say Jai Sai Ram. What else we can say? This is the Sakha. A true friend whose love is pure, unshakable, pure, noble, free from desires, free from ego. Keep Sai and keep the entire world on the other. Nobody will satisfy all these 5 together. Except this our Sai, who comes as a package with Pita, Mata, Guru, Sakha, all together, and above all, Prana Sakha. How fulfilling is it is to sing, to address him as Bhakta Sakha. And about Sai as our Deena Sakha, go back to Anatha Nath. If he has not taken up the role of Bhakta Sakha and fulfilled his role as our Mata, Pita, Guru, Sakha, in all our births we would have been Anath, Deena. Destitute, not knowing the purpose of our life. Destitute what God's love is. Destitute what the ananda of realization of God is. Had he not pervaded, not entered, pervaded our life as Prana Sakha and then Mata, Pita, Guru Sakha, Deena Sakha. And then at the last, several variations of Bhagawan, how they fit into this, he was imagining. After Deena Sakha, Bhagawan Divine Mother, Bhagawan, Divine Father, Bhagawan, Divine Guru, Bhagawan, Divine Sakha, and above all, Prana Sakha Bhagavan. Punah Punah, I am not satisfied. Again, I come to you. Again, I cry out to you. And I again adore you and pray to you. How? O Sai mere prana sakha Bhagavan. Tum ho Anatha Natha Bhagavan. We, through the last O Sai Mere Prana Sakha Bhagavan, we confirm that we have recognized, we have realized that you are pervading our life. You are everywhere, without and within. In our prana, as our prana sakha, you are there. We had not realized so. Without realizing that you were always there as our prana sakha, guru, mata, pita, sakha, we were for births together, we were singing Aana hi padega, tujhe aana hi padega. We were praying to come, walk into my life, transform me. We were praying. But today we have realized we were only, like the prana lives in one life and comes back in another life with this soul. We were only getting away from you where you had left us. And if you had left us, where we would have been. Having realized wholly, completely how you are to me as Prana Sakha, Guru, Mata, Pita, Sakha, now we make a commitment with the last O Sai Mere Prana Sakha Bhagavan. With this coming from my the depth of my heart, I commit to you, O Bhagavan, having realized how you are, what you are to me, as Atman, as Brahman, as God with form, manifest God, personal God, what you are. There is no difference between all these things. You can, depending upon your meditation, you can glide effortlessly between impersonal and personal God. There is no difference between them. Brahmanda Nayaka Baba, Partipurishwara Baba. And one Guru Bhajan, it came, one sister sang years before. Not remembering that bhajan. It moves from the impersonal to personal in each line. If he remembers, he will message in the group. So Having realized this, now I commit to you, O Sai, with my O Sai Mere, the last line flowing from the innermost depth of my heart. I commit to you. I shall stand up to you. I shall take up this spiritual path with such sincerity, with such seriousness, so that when I die, in Hindi expression, it is na shukra. In Hindi, I may not be, my inner conscious does not prick me and tell me that how ungrateful you have been to Swami. I may not go with that guilt feeling, oh Lord, I shall stand up to your expectations. I shall try to be deserving to take up the purpose for which you have come to me, explained and understood clearly through today's satsang. Every single part of the satsang coming as a garland together, I shall take up the path. From my side, I will be sincere from this moment, but मुझे शक्ति दो मेरे साई शिवा, मुझे भक्ति दो मेरे साई शिवा, so that I can whisper to you, you have given and I have attained mukti at last. So that the Anatha and Natha discrepancy, the Guru difference, the Guru and the Shishya difference is rent asunder, and I, Anatha, for burst together, stand as Nath. I realize the Bhagawan within me, and then I merge with you. There's no more Anatha, no more Nath. They come together. Afterwards, let me extol you as Mata, Pita, Guru, Sakha, and sing your glory till my last breath. But then the dimension of my singing, the dimension of my extolling you as Guru, Pita, Mata would be at a different level. Because I have realized it, I have digested it, I have imbibed it, I have practiced it, I have implemented, I have realized. Like the Jagatodhara had to end with Jai Sai Ram only towards the last. Jai Sai Ram, Jai Sai Ram. Here also, there is no way that this satsang has to end with O Sai Mere Prana Sakha Bhagawan. Again, punah punah. O Sai Mere Prana Sakha Bhagawan. Prostrations, 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 prostrations. You sing with this. This is bhava. This is the bhava, not the emotional, the Tears rolling is not bhava. This depth is the bhava. And with this depth, बार बार तुम आओ साई, बार बार मैं कीर्तन करूं नहीं, मन एक बार हरि बोल. Enough. Afterwards, 1,000 times I sing your grace. You sing through me. But I will sing with this depth, with this bhava. I will merge once, man ek bar. Jai Sai Ram.